launch check, please.
Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Hi friends, happy Friday. Good to be with you. Say it ain't snow. Not yet, but that's apparently what's in the forecast. Have you looked? Oh my goodness. Now here's the thing. I don't want you to get paranoid or worried because by Sunday, but for sure by Monday, no matter what we get snow-wise, it will be gone. I promise. Sunday's high is like partly cloudy and 45. Monday, we're going to have rain and like 56. So don't let this stress you out. I am not touching the snowblower, refusing to even look at a shovel. When I was walking into my car this morning, I gave the shovel the cold shoulder. So, but this is Iowa, right? It happens all the time. Last year we dealt with some severe weather in March, so I'm okay with whatever is going to transpire between tonight and tomorrow because I'm not a big fan of the severe weather. So with that being said, welcome to the program. It's good to be with you. The folks that are with us right now live on Facebook include my friend Judy Yates, who is the boss at the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter. We had a great fundraising board meeting for that yesterday. Really looking forward to that event coming up on April 7th and having those folks back on the show. I also picked up a nice donation last night from Contrary Brewing. So if you're watching this and maybe you work at a place or you own a business and you want to get involved in different fundraisers, specifically, you know, that MCSA New Beginnings one, reach out and I'd be happy to get you in touch with those folks because it's a good one. Chef Tess, I sat down this morning and I saw a bun and some giant tomatoes. Didn't know what you were putting together because I felt like I was spoiled yesterday with that chicken verde taco. So what's on the agenda or the schedule for you today, Chef Tess?
We are going to be selling catfish po' boy sandwiches up front today. I know we usually do things on Thursdays, but it's still Lent, so we wanted to do a little something extra for everybody today.
Absolutely.
So we're going to be using a really, really great product from the seafood department to make that happen. Just making a really, really classic po' boy sandwich with fried catfish.
All right.
So it's going to have a really nice like lemon pepper sauce. Again, made fresh when you order it, as always. Perfect. Should be pretty tasty from 11:30 to 1:30 today.
Now, you asked me if I like catfish, and I said I'll try anything you make. And it's not that I don't like catfish. I don't think I've had it enough. And we do have the Toyota Muscatine cart cam in action to grab some supplies if you need it.
Yeah.
Betsy is there. We go.
Yep.
Oh, in the bakery. Yeah. Do you need some products from the bakery? Perhaps?
Well, I'm using a Bakery Fresh hoagie bun.
Okay.
That I ordered from.
I was gonna say you don't need like a donut or anything, right?
Jake.
Oh, this is weird. It's like Toyota Muscatine car cam Inception. There we are sitting here. Oh, this is weird.
She's heading to grab the actual catfish product that I'm going to be using.
Perfect.
You can buy it just the way that I'm going to use it, which is super awesome.
Okay.
So
it's right there in the seafood department.
Yep, right there in the bunkers. So you can get it in a 5-pound bag, or you can get it in smaller packages.
Awesome.
It's got an excellent cornmeal breading on it, and this is actually the product. I've got to say, this is the product that made me start to like catfish.
Cool.
Because I really wasn't a catfish fan either. This product is a really, really great one. So that's why I'm going to be using it today.
You can trust that it's good.
Yeah.
When Chef Tess says she's a fan, and the Toyota Muscatine car cam coming in handy. And here's the official delivery of. There you go.
So,
nice.
there we go.
That's great. I like it. Everything's close. All right, we'll check back in just a few. It's ironic that you're making a catfish sandwich because later on, our buddy Jerry Proviance is going to come up and on the show and talk fishing. But our first guest, Dr. Naomi DeWinter, president at Muscatine Community College. Welcome.
Thank you.
So good
morning,
to see
Tony.
you. Your first time on the show.
Yes, I've been waiting and waiting for the invitation that Jim Simmons told me was going to come, but
Finally, yes. I know you needed a couple months to get things rolling,
right.
but I've enjoyed the shows that I've watched, so I'm glad to be a part of it this morning.
Well, I had to contact your people.
Yes,
you know,
I know. There's layers.
Right.
So many layers. Yeah, I know.
I think the best part is, truthfully, there's no layers, right?
That's right.
It's really nice to be able to reach out. Not to say that you're not worthy of layers. You certainly could have people, but it is nice to just be able to say, Dr. DeWinter, we'd love to have you on the show. Here's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And then you got right back to me. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah. And that's actually part of the what we value at the community college.
Sure.
You know, I see a former student right here on your crew.
Mm-hmm.
I worked with Chad Yoakum before on our video studio. So we like to get to know our students. We
Sure.
like to get to be involved in the community. All the names you mentioned, except the fisherman that's going to be on the show a little bit later, are people that I've worked with on behalf of the college. So
Great.
yeah, we're part of Muscatine. You know,
Absolutely.
That's our deal.
And I wonder, like, we're going to get to the Legends event, but
Yeah.
your day to day, you know, like, did you get to enjoy spring break, or are you, because you're in charge, like, are you still going into the office? I mean,
Right.
you know,
Yeah. So
it doesn't, you know, the misconception is like, well, educators, they get all the summer off and then all these breaks, but it's not true.
No. So spring break was a great break for our students and
Sure.
our faculty too, and it was much needed. But as an administrator, there's stuff to do, you know,
Absolutely.
and our work just continues. In fact, the summer is one of the busiest times because we start planning for the next year. We do a lot of facilities projects. In fact, just yesterday we met with an architect. We're going to be adding a virtual reality room for our science and agriculture students. So that's a project that's happening this summer. We got to get that rolling. So yeah, there's always something going on at the college.
It's a very busy place, and I love the footprint where you're located.
Yeah.
And my wife went to MCC a couple years ago, and you know, there's just always a lot going on. And obviously, you know, for you, one of the things I'd written down was the importance of education and having an option like MCC and Muscatine. I mean, it's so wonderful for folks to be able to, you know, finish high school, go to a place like MCC, you know, without having to travel out of town.
Right.
It's very cost effective in that regard.
Right.
And then obviously, you know, having the ability to have folks live on campus as well. So let's just maybe paint with some broad brushstrokes, like the importance of having MCC in this community. I mean, we would be lost without it for sure.
Yeah, I think it's really unique for the size of this community. You know, Muscatine, about 25,000 residents, to have its own community college since 1929.
Right.
That's really a commitment, I think, that the community has made to us and that the college has made, you know, to this community.
Sure.
So in the 60s, we actually became part of Eastern Iowa Community College. That was a legislative action. And so Muscatine had joined Scott Community College and Clinton Community College. So the three of us make up Eastern Iowa, and we're the third largest community college in Iowa. I think what's unique for a community college is this idea that we have open admission. So you mentioned, you know, the easy access so that students don't have to travel or live somewhere else. But the open door philosophy is something really unique to community colleges. You know, we don't look deeply into what your academic history has been, your past. You know, that's an important piece of what you've done, but we don't make it a criteria, like some other more selective universities do, to join us. You know, what we say is, what are you interested in? Do you want to continue your education? Do you want to improve your career? And then we work with you, you know.
And it is nice because I know in some of the programs, that you offer, you know, it's classroom-based, getting the students involved outside of the classroom, because you really want to set them up for success, so that they understand, you know, whether MCC is a place that they're at for 2 years and then they go on for 2 more years of schooling, or Dr. DeWinter, if they come to MCC for 2 years and then they're going to be stepping into a full-time job. So it's also important to have strong relationships in the business community like MCC does, so that you're able to say once, because I think more and more students are maybe kind of having a sense of what they would like to do a little bit earlier in life, and I think that's great. So that's an important part of it. Like, you know, you want to have programs and opportunities for everybody, but then you do kind of have to narrow in a little bit on each individual student and say, what's going to be next for you.
Right. Because we don't have, nobody has an infinite amount of time to
Right.
find out their career. At some point, you've got to say, all right, what path am I going to follow? And there's a lot of work done in the high school and the middle schools. We work a lot with Muscatine schools to help students develop that pathway, because it's not really fun or motivational to just kind of be swimming around, in that pool. So, actually, I just talked with some of our ag faculty. So our agriculture program is about 52 years old now. And the key piece to that is that in the 4 semesters that students are enrolled, each semester they have a paid internship.
Wow.
And so you talked about the business connections. For the students, that also helps to offset their tuition.
Definitely.
But it also makes those connections. They can get to see, do they want to work at CPS? Do they want to work on a family farm?
Yep.
Do they want to work at Kent or Monsanto? So that's a really key thing that all of us work on constantly.
You talk about a lot of options in the ag field.
Yeah.
Muscatine County. Holy moly.
Yes.
I mean, there's so many great companies with opportunities. A paid internship is something that, for me, Dr. DeWinter, it cost me money to intern at a radio station in Chicago in the summer of 2005.
Right.
I had to pay to take the train. I made $0.
Yes.
But that's kind of the nature of that business. So, while it almost doesn't make sense to me, it's wonderful to know that if somebody is interested, and I just had some FFA students on the show this week.
Yeah.
I love that. And we've seen some great pictures that have been pulled up on the screen that folks are going to be able to see. MCC has also just continued to evolve, and you talk about a virtual reality room coming. I don't want to say that you're running out of room over there, but you keep, buildings keep popping up or getting remodeled. That's got to make you feel good, right? You know that you're heading in the right direction when you're able to reinvest into the infrastructure of the college.
Yeah. So what we've really been focusing on in the time that I've been here is how do we make the learning environments, really modern and appealing to students so that they get what they need before they enter the workforce. And so we renovated the library. I know we showed some pictures just a little while ago about that. That was a really great space to renovate. We had the size, but it looked like your grandmother's, living room from the 60s,
Right.
So that's not somewhere where a student is going to want to spend time. There was no access to technology. We didn't give them a reason to stay before we did this renovation, and now there are study rooms, there's technology that they can all access. They can pull up PowerPoints on their phone and show it on a screen almost in any almost in any room. We have a recording studio so that if students have a presentation that they're practicing for, they can put in a USB drive, the TV, camera, lights go on, and then they can record that and critique themselves.
We could do the show over there. What are we doing here?
You could do the show over there. Yes, you're right. And Chef Tess can come over. I'll make a little makeshift kitchen for her.
I was going to say
and
that
I
might
love
be the only
catfish.
thing.
So,
okay. Well, you might have to stick around
That's
then.
right.
Yeah, these pictures are just breathtaking.
Yes.
And again, while I personally didn't go to MCC, I was at St. Ambrose, not that far away. Spent a lot of time in the library. And you're right. As education continues to evolve, you kind of have to be in step with the technology and the needs of your students. And having a space where someone can get done with a class and maybe in between a class go to, feel comcomfortable, want to go there, right?
Actually, a couple other features in there. I noticed coming in, you've got a parking spot for superheroes.
Yes.
Which maybe you've had it for a while, but I just noticed it. So we have a veterans room in the Loper Hall as well. So there's a best practice to have this room just for veterans because they have this shared experience, you know, that maybe some of us who haven't served can't really appreciate. And so we have a veterans advisor and a student veteran who really helps them with a lot of the paperwork that they have to do, but a lot of the adjustment also. We have a Calumet office, which is our student-run newspaper. And actually, just the other day, you were talking about, you know, what's a typical day. Every day is just so wildly different from the other. So, but a couple days ago, the son of Ray Gorman, who really started the newspaper for us in 1951, and was the first editor, came back to Muscatine to give us 12 or 15 original editions, the very first edition, and some pictures of Ray Gorman and stories that came along with how he ended up from Buffalo, New York to Grandview, and then attending MCC, back in the 50s. So we have those specialized places too that really honor the history and the future, I think, of the college.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a storied history that is not by any means, ignored. You've certainly embraced it while also. One thing that you have coming up, and I don't know if we'll be able to find it online, but I brought a prop because this has been on my desk for a while. This MCC Legends event coming up on April 10th at the brand new, gorgeous Merrill Hotel downtown. Dr. DeWinter, this is going to be wonderful. The 2018, and I'm cheating because I'm reading on the back of it. The 2018 honorees are Helen and the late Stan Howe for their contributions to MCC students, programs, and facilities. Funds raised will help renovate 2 science labs. So talk about this. I know that this has been in the works for a while.
It has,
and folks are excited about it.
Yeah, we actually have a group of alumni, Charla Schaefer included in that, Bob Albee, former president, who envisioned this. And it's great that we're meeting here in this kitchen space because one of the things that we've been able to add is a culinary program at Muscatine. So we use the Pearl Button restaurant facility as our lab. And so we wanted to do a couple things. We wanted to feature the culinary program and the wonderful culinary options in Muscatine. And then we wanted to honor contributions that made MCC into what it is today. And when we thought about that, really Stan and Helen Howe, this is the first time we're holding this event. Stan and Helen Howe came right up to the surface as the people who need to be honored right away. And actually, I've been in Muscatine about 2.5 years. I did not have a chance to ever meet Stan, but I conducted some interviews, worked with Jack Michael, Stan Askren. We interviewed Helen, Vic McAvoy, and so I feel like in preparation for this event, I've been able to get to know that impact that they have. Our idea of this is we're going to have 10 participants, and they're going to feature their signature dish during this event. So it's not a sit-down dinner like you might have gone to, different events, but the concept is we're highlighting what's available in Muscatine. Similar to what you do on the show. And get to know the chefs. Our students are going to be helping with each table. We'll have our own station. And actually, we're getting a donation of pork tenderloin from Tyson Foods. And we're going to make a delicious pork tenderloin roll. And so I think it's going to be great fun. Jamie Schroeder, one of our alumni, will also be doing a live auction along with our silent auction.
He's really good at it.
That's what I heard.
I see him often when I take my oldest son to McKinley. And when I see him in non-auctioneer mode, he's sort of got like the jacket with like the sewn-on elbow patches. But then he shows up to these events and he does that. I can't do it. But he does a really good job. I didn't know he went to MCC.
Yes, he did.
See, there's all these connections, like you said, to come back to it, right? It's sort of like that spiderweb effect, you know?
There's so many generations, I think, that have been affected. And the beauty is you can come in for any reason. Maybe you come in for Master Gardening Conference that we just had a couple weeks ago. Maybe you come in for 2 years, or you come in for like a retraining program that we had with MCSA, with getting people trained to be welders.
I had that written down.
Oh man!
I mean, that's like a whole show. But what an unbelievable program idea! Whoever came up with that. There's such a wonderful video that was put together that talked to some of the folks at MCSA. Very powerful.
And we're actually recruiting for a second group now.
Great.
So we'll start classes on Monday.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And so the demand for welders will probably not go down in a while. And so we're really trying to work with a group that has skills, but not necessarily these specific skills that will get them these great jobs in welding. And so I can't tell tell you how high we jumped off the floor when our first guy, Joey, got a job at Raymond as a welder.
It's incredible. I mean, it really, it's, you know, at that point it transcends, you know, just how it's life improve. And that's what you're doing every day, right? You came down and say, didn't know what did we get on that and have that support yourself and everybody working with Charlotte. I mean, it just, you're right. And, you know, I have a friend of mine that's a welder. I don't know how they do it, but I'll sit right here. I got a lot of people. So, yeah, and there's a little bit of the video. Yeah, there's welding side saying about it. So as far as I want to make sure we mention that.
Yeah, we're going to have it because, you know, that we want everything in that beautiful college. So we really sold about half it, more half, and individuals getting those tickets. But if you go to our website, and all of the restaurants are listed on there, as well as
okay,
so we'd love to see you.
Yeah, please consider getting a ticket. Okay.
Although she's been to Muscatine several times.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
We were wondering. We know she's going to be back in town for something. I didn't know if it was going to be that event or something else. I think I know what the other event is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It would be a surprise if she walked in, though, right?
I'll save a space for her just in case. Yeah.
Dr. DeWinter, thank you so much for joining us. Please come back.
Yes, I'd love to.
Whenever you like, because obviously there's always a lot going on at MCC, and we'd be happy to have you.
Yes, thank you. And there are lots of great people at MCC.
Oh my gosh.
You know, students who would love to tell you their story. So.
And if you ever need like an adjunct communications, you know,
yes.
I don't know what I would need to do that.
Yes.
But I think I would be okay. You know, I went to St. Ambrose to be a high school English teacher. And then all of this happened. This is where I ended up. Doing a talk show from a grocery store, doing one of those charcuterie boards, or you're just looking for a new cheese to melt on a burger, you can find it here. And when you have questions about cheese, just ask and we'll get you all taken care of, okay? All right, so our next guest is going to get situated. We'll get a microphone on Sam, and we'll start talking to her. Chef Tess is cutting some pickles in preparation again for the catfish po' boy, which will be coming up a little bit later in the program. It's going to be delightful. Are we going to have to sample it? Have you thought about it? Yeah? All right. I like that. About it, I like that look on your face.
We're going to sample it today.
Like, if you insist, Tony, you mooch. But it's not that. It's just somebody's got to do it, right, Chef?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Now the pickles are going on the sandwich or into a slaw or what?
On the sandwich. On
the sandwich, okay. All right, I can't wait to see what this looks like, and of course, give it a sample. Sam Gerritsen is a pharmacist here at Hy-Vee. It's going to be here. Flip this on. It's got a white coat and a jacket. I don't have a white coat, although I feel like white coat.
Good, can't complain. Meeting went well, so.
That's good. There's a brand new shingles vaccine.
Yes.
That is really important, and that's part of the reason why you're here, Sam, is to talk about that. You know, I don't know if folks fully realize or appreciate the fact that in addition to being able to pick up all their prescriptions, that you're able to and really if you're older,
it's a brand new one. It's called Shingrix. The old one was Zostavax, and you should still, anyone over the age of 50, it's a shot series. So you'll get the first shot and then go back to the next shot. We keep a record of that, so we'll call you it's very different. You go the same place where like your flu shot would go, or the effect sometimes people have is that muscle soreness or weakness.
Gotcha.
So the two keys with that is just to keep that arm nice and relaxed when we give it to you, and then just make sure you use the arm. So a lot of times people do their dominant arm, and that way they tend to have a little bit less soreness than if you do the opposite. But the other important fact with it, or the most important fact, is that the old one was only about 53% effective, and this one's about 97%.
Excellent.
So it's supposed to be a lot more effective.
Yeah.
And shingles is that really bad virus that we have if you've ever had the chicken pox.
Which I had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So sometimes it follows a nerve, and you can get it in your eye or on your face. So it can be very painful. Sometimes people even have that lasting neuropathy or nerve pain even after having it. So it's a kind of a terrible disease that if we can prevent it.
But why, Sam, when I was younger, did I have to hang out with my friend that got the chicken pox, so then I had the chicken pox? If now it's just going to set me up for not that I'm against getting shots or anything like that, but Were they wrong back in the day when they were like, you should get the chicken pox so that you have it, you don't get it when you're older? Or?
I guess I would say we had less knowledge about it at that time.
Gotcha. Because now there's a vaccine for the chicken pox.
Yes,
right.
And so now we do get the vaccine, so hopefully we won't have to deal with the shingle side of things.
Okay.
But the other recommendation is that a lot of people say, hey Sam, I've never had the chicken pox. Do I still get this shot? In the guidelines state, yes. You should still get it, because odds are at some point in your life you were probably exposed to them, and you may just not have known it or presented with a really severe case. So odds are you probably did have it. And so if you're over 50, come in and get it.
Right, and if you're over 50, your insurance is probably going to take care of it, right? Because, again, insurance is about being preventative. So if they can pay for a series of shots that are going to keep you healthy and keep you away from getting shingles, that's what they want to do.
Yes,
I don't understand the insurance business, but I can understand prevention, right?
Yes.
And it just makes sense. And yeah, you're able to get that here. And then I didn't know, but Nicole told me, our pharmacy manager, that you, Sam, will go into businesses and do when it's flu time.
Yep.
You'll show up at places and do flu shots for people that work at companies. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, yep. We expanded that a lot within this last year.
Sure.
So within Han Corporation, I went to, give or take, I would say over a dozen locations or so, maybe 15 to 20 different clinics.
Yeah.
But to actually have us come on site and just do it during the workday. So then you're there, you get it done. You don't have to make an appointment. There's just a small form for all of our immunizations to fill out, and that's it. So it's pretty easy.
I believe we have the Toyota Muscatine car cam at the pharmacy. Hey, look right there. There we are. So yeah, that's great, right? The pharmacy, again, whether you need to pick up prescriptions or get a shot. Are we able to communicate with Betsy? Okay, that's good. She's just kind of walking through the pharmacy. We're also testing the limits of our little broadcast system here. That's across the store from us. But what's important, again, Sam, whether it's the flu shot or the Shingrix, did I say it right? Shingrix. Shingrix vaccine, is that it's going to keep people healthy. So again, we're approaching the pharmacy, as you can see with the Toyota Muscatine car cam. The place where they get the vaccinations is just to the right of the registers. There's a little room, so it's not like you're in the aisle getting it, right? I mean, it is.
No, we've
private.
got it. Yes, a private room.
The consultation room, is that what you would call it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So we just need to get to the top of the arm there. So
that's right.
As long as we can get there, we're good to go.
And don't flex when you get the shot.
Right.
You don't have to
keep it relaxed.
Put on the gun show. Just stay relaxed. It's also exciting and there's a great insert in the paper with everybody that works in the pharmacy, and then at the bottom of that, Sam, it talks about how there's fuel savers available for everybody regardless of insurance.
Yes.
So that's kind of new.
That's brand new for us.
That's really exciting.
Within the last, the beginning of the month, so about a week and a half ago, they changed that. So all of our Medicare and Medicaid patients in the past were not eligible to get the fuel saver on their prescriptions, and now they're able to. So there's still a cap on how much you can get.
Sure.
So it takes about 15 minutes to 24 hours to get onto the card. But everybody's eligible now, and it varies every month, 1 to 5 cents. So like this month, it's 2 cents per prescription.
Right.
So
people
have really been excited about that.
Well, especially today and tomorrow, if you pick up your prescriptions, and then for every $30 you spend, you're going to get 15 cents. And again, it's not that often that a prescription that you need can save you money on gas. But
this morning, I think I had a gentleman who I want to say he saved like $1.35 in fuel saver, or 39 technically, with the prescriptions, just picking up 2 prescriptions. So.
Yeah, it's totally worth it. The last things that are important to remember, folks: free delivery, double lane drive-through.
Yeah.
So if you can't make it inside, you've got the double lane drive-through, and if you can't make it out at all, we can bring your scripts to you, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep, come see us. We're always here for helping smile, and we'd like to help you out anywhere we can.
And definitely consider that Shingrix vaccine if you're over the age of 50.
Yep.
Right? You can get it here. Good job.
Thank you.
Pretty easy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I hope that Nicole didn't tell you it wasn't going to be easy, because it was, right?
It's fine. Have a great day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So can we check in with the aisle cam, which is right behind me, looking at some cheese as we get ready for our next guest. It's ironic that my final guest today is on the show, that we're hanging out with Chef Tess, who's making a catfish po' boy, because my next guest has a lot of experience with catfish. That's for sure. Chef Tess, where are we at in the process Right now, I mean, you obviously have been slicing and chopping a lot of stuff.
We're good. We're just about ready to go.
Okay.
I had a little bit of extra time, so I'm dicing up some more pickles for pickle wrap dip again.
Okay.
That all sold out. So.
The secret ingredient to pickle wrap dip
Pickles.
is pickles, everybody. Yes. I will not be gotten today on the show. The secret ingredient to pickle wrap dip is pickles. So how are you going to assemble this catfish po' boy? Obviously, the catfish is going to go on there.
Yep. So we've got a bakery fresh hoagie bun. This was baked this morning by Jake Hardman and his crew.
Cool.
They got a brand new oven over there.
Yeah.
So things are looking great.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to toast the open side of this first, and then I'm going to layer it up with some lemon pepper aioli that I have, lettuce, tomato. Really thinly sliced pickle.
Okay.
I slice them myself, so they're super thin.
Oh my gosh.
Just it kind of evens everything out.
Yeah.
And then the fried catfish nuggets that we talked about earlier today. So it's a very simple
Perfect.
sandwich, but the flavors are all really balanced.
Yeah.
$6 today, $11.30.
Can't beat it. I'll tell you this. I wouldn't mind sharing half of the sandwich that we're going to sample with my next guest because, again, he's usually dealing with pulling catfish out of the water. Jerry Proviance with Jerry's Bait and Tackle. It's good to have you on, buddy. Welcome to the show.
Good to see you, Tony.
Yeah.
I like this.
Isn't it fun?
But if I can make one critique.
Okay.
You should set up in front of the windows, so people can have the Tony 316 signs up, like today's show.
About that. Yeah, right.
I think it'd be great.
At the front of the
good.
store. I don't. You know what? It's not a bad idea, right? Have the ability to have people in the background show up.
Copyrighted this day by Jerry's Outdoor Show.
Isn't it ironic that we're doing a catfish po' boy and you're most of the time, not most of the time because you're running a business as well, but as often as you can get out on the water, buddy, you're out on the water.
Oh,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Since we made the move to Muscatine, my shop was originally up in Wilton.
Sure.
And then my buddy Troy Mitchell Arms and Ammo, he opened the shop up and he said, "Hey, come to Muscatine with me and let's do this." And I was supposed to come in as a consultant, but we noticed everything that was going on there. Like, hey, we just gotta go full guns.
Yeah.
And thank goodness this community here has really been supported, and that's what when people come into our shop, they go, "Oh my gosh, you guys got right." It's because of them. It's
100%.
because of them.
I mean, it's really transformed as well. I know that you've essentially built a log cabin inside, and it's really cool. So when folks, and not to say that people have not been fishing over the winter, but I mean, you definitely got people that were ice fishing. But as we kind of start to make that transition where fishing will really start to pick back up, they can come and see you, and you're going to have everything they need. You brought some reels, but in addition to that, you always have bait. I mean,
we are a full blown bait shop.
Absolutely.
And what's nice about our shop is we're able to carry a lot of these bigger items that other shops aren't able to carry. I mean, your Abu Garcias, your Luz, your Flugers. I mean, your big brands out there. And one thing that's good about me and my partner is we hate the term MSRP.
Sure.
So no more going to, you don't have to go up to the cities to find these brands that you want.
Yeah.
And we're, a lot of times we're able to give it to you a little bit cheaper than they are.
I was going to say, you don't have to go to the big box store to get the quality. It exists. You've had it. You're a believer in it. Because again, it's not just that you have this business with Jerry's Bait and Tackle, but you're out there fishing all the time. I mean, I'm surprised.
Yeah, I've been known to get out once in a while.
No, it's good though. I mean, I think if you're going to go buy bait or tackle or whatever, you want the guy that's selling it to you to be able to say, yeah, you know what, I just used this and it caught, whatever.
Right, and that's usually what they're coming in for is the first-hand, the local knowledge, what's going on, this and that. And they want to talk to a guy that can speak their language, so to say, So,
well, there is a language of when it comes to fishing. So we're having some weather, Jer, like maybe some snow today, tomorrow. Does that have an impact when it comes to if people were going to go out fishing? Now, certainly you might not want to fish in the snow, but say you go Sunday after we've had weather like this. Is it better? Is it worse? are the fish going to get freaked out because they thought it was going to not be so cold anymore?
I don't know if the fish actually get freaked out that way, but you have barometric pressure, you have weather changes, you have post patterns, front patterns, which you don't have time enough on your show to go all through this. But some changes in weather can be good for fishing. Some changes can be bad.
Okay.
You know, but it's Iowa. It's springtime. Everybody's been cooped up in the house.
Yeah.
And, you know, to get back to the ice fishing part of it, we are at the southernmost tip of the ice belt.
Okay.
So we really don't have an extended ice season like they do up north. So maybe for the 5 or 4 weeks that we might have quality ice, so they don't really get that fulfillment in the wintertime like they would up north. So everybody seems to have a little bit more fishing anticipation when we do get 50 degrees. In my shop, I mean, we've just gone through pounds and pounds and pounds of minnows, because once it gets up to 50, the water's opened up, and it's walleye season's on, and catfish, then all that.
Okay, so one of the things I had written down, you talk about the bait. Is there obviously you're going to use different types of bait depending on what you're going to hopefully catch, right?
Correct.
Is there would you recommend, is it always minnows? Are you going to use night crawlers? Mike Church, who runs the meat department over there, he wonders if you ever have crickets. So the thing is, it depends. It's species oriented. Okay. Are you a walleye guy? Are you a crappie guy? Are you bluegill, catfish, yada, yada, yada? Sure.
What time of year? Like right now, shad guts are hot for catfish.
Okay.
Now, typically during the rest of the year, they're not so much. But we're just coming off an ice season. Sure. So what's happened is there's a lot of dead shad that got killed. Sure. So catfish are scavengers. They're going to go for an easy, would you fight a chicken to eat it? No. Just go over there. There it is. So, but then that changes as a pattern progression. Right. So that's kind of a broad brush to paint it with. Sure. And like I said, most of the guys that come into my shop, and my shop is 90% catfish. Gotcha. That's just the way it is in Muscatine. Yeah, sure. Everybody, you got your catfish, you got your walleye, you got your crappie. Yeah. Bass is about 1% of that. Okay. But 90% of my business is catfish. And yourself and people that are coming through, you're pulling big catfish out. I hope that people that see this, again, whether you're live or on the rebroadcast on MPW, you can go to Jerry's Bait and Tackle on Facebook, and you always have great pictures that people will contribute, whether it's your own catches that you've made or customers. So, they're pulling some big cats out. Yeah. And I know, because you've told me and I've seen videos, they just look like they're so fun to fight when they take. There's an example. Look at that one right there. Yeah. Holy moly. Yeah, that's more on the smaller side of things. Oh, really? Actually, we run a contest in the summer, and the guy that brought that in, was actually, I believe, if I'm right, it was like right at 52 or 55 pounds. Oh, my gosh. It bent my scale. It bent the scale, ladies and gentlemen. But we got it weighed. Look at those. Yeah. It looks like something out of a movie prop. Yeah. But that is. It's okay, but look at the size of those things. Oh, yeah. Well, that's, like I said, that's why they come in. Right. For the Abu Garcias. Oh, my gosh. Wow, that is nice. Yeah. That's definitely when you're out there, you're using a full-size bluegill or bait to catch a fish like that. That's why they want the 7,000s and the Abu Garcia series, because these are basically winches. Yeah, that you're tying to the end of, or you're tying onto your rod there that you're pulling these up. That's impressive. Yeah. So, and if people ever have questions, you're really good on social media about talking about the weather, talking about the hot spots, answering questions that people have. So if they're coming in and they're seeing you for bait or tackle or whatever, you're also going to say, here's where I was, or I've heard people that have been in these different places that are having success. You're good at sharing that info. To the point that sometimes people don't want to tell me too much stuff. They'll wait like a week later to tell me that the fish were biting over here. But no, generally for the most part, people come in, they respect my opinion. I know pretty much about everybody in the fishing community because I've ran into them at one point or the other. Yeah, we had this successful business up there in Wilton for 5 years, and Wilton was great. But I just knew if we moved to Muscatine, we could do a lot more. And like I said, it all goes to our customers. If we didn't have the customer base, we couldn't get in all this stuff. So it's really Muscatine's just great in that they support a local business.
Yeah, and again, it is nice to have that local business that you can stop. I mean, so what time are you opening?
Well,
for people that are going out early, is this going to change?
Now we just switched because we're coming off winter, and like I said earlier, we don't do a lot of ice because we don't have it long enough. So it doesn't behoove me to have somebody in there at 5 a.m. for a guy that wants a dozen wax worms.
Right.
So now we're in the spring. So now we just made the move that we open up at 6 a.m. We're open from 6 to 7.
Wow.
6 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Saturdays we go 6 to 6, and now Sundays we are 6 to noon.
Jeez.
Of course, I probably won't be in at 6 o'clock tomorrow unless I stay tonight, because I don't imagine that a lot of it is the snow. A lot of guys got their boats out, but I don't want to shovel my boat out.
Right. I definitely don't want to shovel the boat.
But that's Iowa.
Yeah.
We're going to get 9 inches of snow tomorrow. It'll be 75 degrees on Tuesday.
It's going to be gone.
Turn the heat on.
Right.
There it is.
So 810 Park Avenue, Jerry's Bait and Tackle, along with Mitchell Arms and Ammo. Troy's a great guy, so you could really one-stop shop at folks if you haven't been in and you need ammunition or a new firearm, and then maybe some new rods and reels or bait. I mean, it's all there.
Archery, everything. And we keep it. We've been at this location now for 9 months, and we've already expanded the store 3 times.
Wow.
And we're looking at another one. There's just more. Hey, as long as the customers are coming in,
absolutely,
we'll just keep going.
Yeah.
We both
got to take care of
me and Troy are basically from the same cloth.
Yeah.
We're here to provide you stuff that that's going to help you. Recreate with your family.
Absolutely.
And have a good time. As long as it keeps coming in like it is, hey, we're going to keep producing. And,
it's good to be busy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't want to have a lot of free time.
Well,
maybe a little bit.
It depends. You find something you like to do, it's not really work.
That's true. That's true. If you're passionate about it.
I enjoy it. Now, when the crappie bite, you might not see me around there so much, but that's the way it goes.
Are you opposed to trying a catfish po' boy prepared by a professional chef? What do you think?
I don't know.
You didn't think you get to?
This catfish you speak.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
look at that, Chef Tess. I'm gonna hold this up so Betsy can get a shot before we go in. Look at that. Did you think you'd have a catfish po' boy for breakfast, Jer?
Didn't till now, but I do have to say that about your seafood department over there. They have really saved my tail a couple times.
Oh, I bet.
I'm out fishing all day. We go bring home some catfish for supper, right? Oh yeah, baby. Well, I'm gonna catch some catfish out here.
Right.
Oh, I didn't do too well.
Yeah.
How long's Hy-Vee open? Yeah. So what'd you get? Well, I got 4 pounds. I already cleaned them.
Yeah, look at this.
Cleaned them, and, so it worked out.
They're all ready to go. Chef Tess, this looks amazing. It smells so good. Thank you. So again, folks watching this, you can get a po' boy, catfish po' boy, 11:30 to 1:30 today, ready to go. Okay, Jer.
Yes,
by all
sir.
means, it might be.
Are you going to put me on camera doing this?
Well,
it might not be a pretty sight.
That's okay. I'll even hold the plate if you want to take first bite.
Oh,
because you might have to do the lean over the plate. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Cheers.
I'm a fisherman. I'm in the boat. Lucky I don't have stink bait all over my hands.
Oh my gosh!
Let's try it.
Let's do it. Well, they zoomed in on me, so that's good.
Good.
Wow.
I feel like I got some mayonnaise up my nose, but
yeah, clean up in aisle 15.
That is very good.
Thank you,
and
Chef.
I've been to Louisiana, Florida, Texas. That's the way you do it.
That is delicious.
That is delicious.
Didn't think I'd have a catfish po' boy at 9:16 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why we get into this business, isn't it?
Well, 9:16 in the morning, that's pretty much noon for me. So.
I was going to say. All right, Jerry provides Jerry's Bait and Tackle, ready to go. Come back, talk fishing as the season heats up, and you start wanting to, talking about some of those hot spots where people are going to be at.
Yeah, no problem.
Come back on, buddy.
No problem.
Good to see you.
I just
enjoy.
take
please, by all
up.
means.
Okay.
We'll send you the bill. No, I'm just kidding. But isn't that a good sandwich? Oh my gosh. That's a pretty good trade. Chef Tess, wow, that's so wonderful.
Thank you.
It's really nice. I mean, again, it's not that I'm not a big seafood person, but I like I said, I'll trust anything you want me to sample because I know it's going to be good and worth it, right?
Thanks.
All right. So, okay, people need to come and see you today and enjoy a catfish po' boy.
Yeah, please do. Even if you think you don't like catfish, because I didn't either until I had one of these. So
it will change your mind, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate everything.
Yeah, thank
Man.
you.
It's a rough gig when you got to sample food from a professional chef, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, thanks to Dr. Naomi DeWinter with MCC. Appreciate her coming on the show and all the things that are happening at Muscatine Community College. Thanks to Sam Garrettson, one of our pharmacists here at Hy-Vee. Get that Shingrix vaccine and fuel savers for all. That's very exciting. And, of course, thanks to my buddy Jerry with Jerry's Bait and Tackle right here in the Pearl City, 810 Park Avenue in the Lincoln Center. That's where you're going to find Mitchell Arms and Ammo and Jerry's Bait and Tackle. Fishing. It's all good, okay? He forgot the sandwich. And thanks always to Chef Tess for being here. Next week, busy. On Monday, we'll talk to Erica Cox with MP&W, Brent Klingberg with 7G about the new Bud Light Orange that comes out. Tuesday, it's Kim Seligman with the Muscatine Diabetes Project. Wednesday, Charlie and Greg Harper with Harper Cycling and Fitness, and much more. Thank you for watching. This is Tony Tone saying we'll catch you live on Monday at 8:30. Catch the rebroadcast Monday through Friday, 7:30 and 10:30 on Muscatine Power and Water, Channel 5, thanks to Remax. You can also watch it over the course of the weekend. And again, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Have a great weekend. We'll see what the weather brings. Just take care of yourself, and I'll be okay. I got to grab another bite of that sandwich. That was really good. Bye, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community. Questions? Comments? Know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.